Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Paul and friends. Today I'll be talking about the right to freedom of expression. Right to freedom of expression is one's right to express themselves through art, speech, etc., etc. My case study that I'll be bringing up today is something that I'm sure all of you are very familiar with, and that is the 2015 case concerning Amos Yee. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this case, in 2015, 16-year-old Amos Yee posted a video shortly after the passing of our late Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew. In his video, he expressed his opinions on how he felt that Lee Kuan Yew was a horrible leader of Singapore. His video garnered over 1 million views, and safe to say, lots of people heard what he had to say about Lee Kuan Yew. Protests were held in neighboring countries such as Malaysia and Taiwan in attempts to speak up for the freedom of speech and to help to get Amos Yee free and out of jail. Amos Yee was eventually charged. Amos Yee was eventually charged under Section 298 of the Penal Code that states that whoever with deliberate intention of wounding the religious or racial feelings of any person shall be punished with imprisonment for a term of up to 3 years, or with fine, or with both. I believe that the government was unjustified for censoring Amos Yee's speech. I understand that this is an unpopular opinion, but this is my explanation on why I feel that Amos Yee's speech was unfairly prohibited. Firstly, if you were to properly watch Amos Yee's video and pay close attention to what he was saying, you will be able to identify that him talking about religion was only tangential to the video, which basically means that he lightly touched on the topic before moving on. He used the subject of religion as a comparison between Mr. Lee Kuan Yew and Jesus Christ. And he said that Mr. Lee, and this is a quote from Amos Yee, is power-hungry and malicious and deceives others into thinking that he is compassionate and kind. He used the same comparison to say that Mr. Lee's impact and legacy will ultimately not last, as more and more people will find out that it is, quote, bull. Okay. The hate speech that Amos Yee passed across regarding Mr. Lee Kuan Yew did not violate any of Singapore's laws. But because members of the public who adored and idolized Mr. Lee took such great offense towards his remarks that he was spewing about Mr. Lee, they picked out the only thing in his video which had any relevance to the violation of any of Singapore's laws without properly considering the context of what he was saying, which is the comparison that he used between Jesus Christ and Mr. Lee, which is identifiably a secondary topic that was used to support his opinion and was not used to, and he did not have the intention to harm anybody's religious feelings. Another argument is that his video disrupted Singapore's peace, and religious feelings must be respected for the sake of racial and religious harmony. However, if that's the case, then shouldn't all hate speech concerning religion then be banned from Singapore? Shouldn't everyone who spreads and shares these hate speeches also be considered as disrupting Singapore's peace and racial harmony and religious harmony? For example, there is a group of people in Singapore called the Singapore Humanist Society, and they often post on their Facebook wall academic criticisms of religion. Libraries and bookstores also include books that have criticism of religion, such as The God Delusion by Richard Dawkins, which has been widely deemed as offensive. Many might think that after many years, and especially after a case like Amos Yee's was brought up that caused a lot of controversy and discussion, that these books would have been removed from our libraries. However, a simple search on the NLB website can tell you that this book is still available, and is in fact available at Serangoon National Library. Another example is the books by Ayaan Hirsi Ali, which is critical of Islam. If you go on the NLB website, 4 of his books are also available in libraries island-wide. However, unlike Amos Yee, volunteers that run the Facebook page of the Singapore Humanist Society, as well as bookstore owners and the libraries, were yet to be charged with any kind of offense, despite the fact that the same law applies to Amos Yee, our society, and Amos Yee and our society. I feel that the charge against Amos Yee was out of spite, and was also because his video in particular got a lot of attention. Amos did not intend to harm any religious feelings, and restricting his speech and charging him for harming religious feelings was unjustified. Thank you. My face there. Do I stop this?
I really like your slides.
Thanks.
Presentation was whether the crime fits the punishment, whether the punishment fits.
Wait, what? Sorry?
Can't hear me.
No.
Your issue of discussion in your presentation is just about whether he actually committed a crime or not, of harming racial relations.
Yeah.
However, what we wanted, or the presentation or the assignment wanted you is to discuss whether the government has a right to infringe upon freedom of expression
You mean on his?
on his or anybody.
Mhm.
So it's not about whether, he had indeed harmed racial or religious relations, right? It's about whether they have a right to forbid people or to censor people from saying something. And in this case, Amos Yee, of course, if you believe in the freedom of expression, he did no wrong. He expressed what he felt. So no matter if it's even if it's offensive to a certain religion, it should be allowed. So how would you just can you give me one argument then that supports why it should be allowed to speak freely and not have restraints, rather than tell me that he didn't really do this
Because I guess like in a multiracial society, if you want to have a multiracial society, you have to expect that people have differing views on certain races and certain religions. So Amos Yee speaking up about like his views on a religion isn't particularly wrong, and also because like I can't think of it. Okay, so I feel like it's okay because I think in Amos Yee in general didn't really he didn't how do I say he didn't say anything that was too offensive towards a specific religion, because that was it wasn't his intention to. So if he, it would have made a difference because then that would be against the law, but it wasn't. And there's a law that protects him under freedom of speech, that but they're how do I say, there's considerations, but I think what he was saying was yeah, I don't think he was wrong for saying what he did, and the government should not censor what he said because it didn't because it didn't affect a certain religion. It was just a statement, and was not it wasn't used to harm it wasn't used to harm anybody's feelings. So I don't think
You are against freedom of expression. In this case, you just think that he didn't say anything wrong.
yeah
That's your stand.
yeah I'm confused. I don't understand what she was asking me.